is the we McH, or, yeah, I said that right. And, or is it all together as a collaborative? So that's where I'm getting at. I mean, is it we here, or is it a group effort in moving towards that final goal? Are we, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's both. The answer is, we're using the CAG in our public involvement process to incorporate everybody's ideas and try to come to a consensus. But at the end of the day, it's this agency, this county, that has to move the project forward. And if we can't achieve a consensus, then that's where the tough decisions have to be made as far as, okay, we don't have a consensus either from a impact standpoint or whatever the situation may be, and then that's where we're going to have to move forward as a county as far as how do we move forward if we don't have consensus.
So that will be a decision as we move forward in the process. That will be a decision that comes after the public meeting and then a follow-up K. And I would think before there's ever a public hearing, it would be at that stage, the elected representatives, an opportunity to take a look at what this process has brought forward in the form of product and project, and whether that's something we're prepared to move forward and support, or whether that's something we need to go ask our professionals to go back and take a look at.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's what this process is all about, is making an informed decision. So we're using an extensive process to get as much information from all aspects as we can to make the best decision possible.
Well, it has been a learning experience for everybody, because when we initially even made the determination as the consulting engineer firm, the presentation with the retaining wall was so well received by the committee, and then when you talked about it with some of the residents, it was met with absolute horror. It was not something they perceived as seeing fit in with that area. Now, when we identify that, I think that picture is certainly indicative of there is a problem there, and then when you look at the solutions that are available to us, perhaps it maybe was not aesthetically what you would have chosen in the first place, but when you consider reducing the impact, it looks to me like that would be the most effective tool.
I think the challenge for us has been trying to take these little points and realize that we're not just wanting to throw up a retaining wall, because we have to tackle exactly why there's a choice to make between removing a lot of trees or land versus this wall. And we haven't even gotten close to the subject of looking at what the wall looks like. If we're just trying to fundamentally make a decision. We want to have a wall, or are we okay with losing a lot more trees than we would have been able to allow in place? So we're trying to make little choices in this toolbox, and yeah, there's been a lot of resistance generally to the project at all, which is kind of contradictory to the fact that we're here in the first place, because we realize Fleming Road is one of the worst roads in the county, and so we need to reconstruct it. We need to do something. But we're trying to present whatever opportunities there are to salvage things out there by these little choices, and then, like Wally says in that CAG, bring a full alternate that shows the full impact of what this means.
Well, I'm optimistic. I think that when you get to the next one, where if there's consensus on the problem areas, and you are the experts at presenting the solutions to those, I'm optimistic that that's the point where we will see more consensus, where there will be some coming together, and that we will be able to move forward with a project that everybody is proud of. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, I just wanted to say that I think that I drive 21 every day, and I like the road. I think, though, if you're objective when you drive that road, you can see that there are things that aren't particularly attractive about it. But I think that anything like curb and gutter, you say curb and gutter to somebody who lives out in the country, and you're thinking urbanization, and the same thing with the wall. I think it would be a big help would be to show pictures of examples where a curb and gutter has been done on a rural road and didn't have that impact. Didn't look to somebody like, oh, now we're in the cities, we've lost our character. And the same thing with the wall. There are areas in the country, if you think about it, if you've driven in rural areas of the United States, or you're they have walls sometimes right along the side, and they can be very attractive, and they're very rural looking. They don't have to look like a, you know, we're not talking about a steel retaining wall or anything like that. So I think it's a matter of showing what it could look like and still retain that rural character.
Not that we're adding to in advance of it, but that's an excellent suggestion, if there were some pictures of what kind of
Yeah,
options.
there's plenty of areas, you know, not only around here, but across the country, you know, you stand there and take a picture, and if you don't know what you're looking at, just look at it, and is it rural or urban? Yeah, we can definitely work on that and use that as part of the tools to help people make some educated decisions.
I think that would take away the fear factor that we found, like the city road, you know.
You can see what it could possibly be. Okay, well, it sounds like we're headed in a very positive direction. Thanks very much.